If you're planning to build your dream home, you can learn a lot from me critiquing this property. This is someone's dream project, dream home that he has built. And if you're planning to build a property in Palm Beach, you definitely want to watch to the end of the video, because I'm going to analyze the Palm Beach market and tell you guys what the hell is going on over there, because it's not good. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. My name is Arvin Haddad. Let's watch this video together.
What's up, everybody? It's Enes here. Welcome to another episode, in our first episode here in Florida. Today we're going to tour this amazing estate right behind me, located in Delray Beach. This home has amazing architectural details, located on the Atlantic Ocean, gets phenomenal views, so I'm really excited for today's episode. Now, specs on this home: we got 9 bedrooms, 17 bathrooms, 25,963 square feet of interior space, and this property consists of 2 lots, which totals up to 1.5 acres. That also gives this property both intracoastal and ocean access, which is awesome. Lastly, this property is currently on the market for $79,995,000.
Okay, stop it right there. First, you should know that this property has been on the market for 4 years and no one has even touched it. It has not sold. And during the most boom time of Palm Beach, this last 4 years, there's never been ever a time in history that Palm Beach has done better. This property was on the market, available for sale for 4 years, and it just failed. And that's why you can learn a lot from someone who is very passionate and actually extremely good at what he does in his business. And he's done a lot of things in this project, and he still failed building his dream home. Okay? First and foremost, let's take a look, because this is a double lot. It's separated by a street. Like, it's the main artery going in Palm Beach. So if you want to go to the other lot, it's like holding the kids and there's like a driveway in the middle of the backyard, right? You can't, they're 2 different things, okay? You can't even include it unless you had a tunnel underneath going in. You had something cool to connect these 2 lots in a really brilliant way. Then we could have talked, but you don't.
From the street level, we have the driveway coming up to this point where we have the main gates opening up to this amazing covered entry. I really like the ceiling details here with the ornaments, natural stone floors with the mosaic inlay, and these walls are limestone with shells in them, which is giving it that Florida look that I really like. Now, as we go in, we have this amazing motor course and the main house right in front of us. Super spacious entry. I'm going to talk about the main house, but before we do that...
Well, before you do that, I want to talk about the neighbors. Do you see these roof lines? Do you see how close they are to your property? This is going to come into play pretty soon, so keep that in mind.
I want to go back to this side and talk about this covered entry, which is also the detached guest home. This detached guest home has 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2 half baths. That is approximately 3,000 square feet, and on top of that, it holds 2 1-car garages on the bottom.
What a beauty. Look at this. This serves so many things. First of all, it's where your security would be, right? Like they can here protect the property from someone coming in. It serves as a guest house. It has 2 garages on each side. And architecturally, this is spot on. I am very impressed. Renaissance, Italian Renaissance architecture done in America, in Florida, out of all places, where, you know, build quality is not that impressive, or trend setting for that matter. It is done by the book. I would have thought they've done this if you would have told me, who like does this, you know, critiqued over 1,500 different houses. I would say this is pretty much, it could have been built maybe 50, 60 years ago by some proper architects from back in the day. But no, it's a new construction. The only thing that is really ugly is this freaking door over here. I don't know why they have it. They need to change that. But the rest is architecturally significant. It serves multiple purposes. Beautiful. So far, amazing.
This property is currently owner occupied, and that's one of the sections that we're not allowed to go in, but I at least wanted to mention that. By the way, the stonework continues here as well. I'm sure from the bird's eye view, the intricacies and inlays looks amazing. And this section is also super private. Again, hedged on each side. You can't even really see the neighbors. And we have the house right in front of us. This home was built in 2008.
What a beauty. Literally, it looks like a hotel that had always been there. This, to me, does not look like a 2008. Well done. Again, and this is a failure, by the way, okay? This is when you do a lot of things right, okay, building your dream home, and you still fail miserably for 4 years and this guy can't sell it. This guy cannot sell it, and he's very successful in what he does. And he's decided to do a passion project, and you're going to find out why it has failed, right? But look at this. Architecturally, it's really hard to poke holes on this design. You can't say it's like wannabe, Mediterranean American gringo style, right? The funny thing is in 2008, American architects were building really ugly Mediterranean homes that looked horrible at this time. And this guy has gone literally to Italy and like hand-picked material from there and put it over here. Looks architecturally correct, period, perfect, and it still has failed. Now, what you're going to start understanding is that even when you get the architectural style at least right, authentic, but is the architectural style right for the neighborhood? Is the architectural style right for the lot? That's why I have a 5-day workshop. We talk about this stuff. I teach you guys how to pick the right lot. I just finished my last one and I offered a refund to everyone in the course. Listen to this clip. If you, in your heart of heart, think you didn't get $297 worth of value, put your email address. I won't ask you any questions. You don't need to justify yourself. I will refund you today. And yes, not a single person took their money back. And I didn't even offer 100% money back guarantee for regular admission. At the end of the VIP, I said, hey, if anyone wants their money back, here you go. This is your time. And no one wanted it. So I was like, let me try with the regular admission. It's my first time. Maybe someone didn't like it. Not a single person in the regular admission section accepted my refund. No one. So I'm going to go out there and offer 100% money back guarantee, both for my regular admission and my VIPs. And if you have no reasons not to take this. If you take the course and you don't like it, you can ask for a full refund. I will pay your money back. If you want to build, design, remodel your property, this is the course for you. We're going to go over the 10 principles of quality, how to identify avatars, how to make sure you don't screw up. Or your whole dream home doesn't turn into a nightmare. Link is in the description.
And we have this amazing wide stairway right in front of us that kind of leads us to the entry of this home.
Okay, let's talk about the stairs because there's a lot of stairs. Let's talk about the negatives and the positive. Negative is that you're not going to have that regular approach to your own house. You always have to go to the garage, use the elevator to come out. It's not that natural way of going in because these stairs are pretty intimidating and you probably wouldn't want to go up and down of all these stairs every day. So you're going to go through the garage. You're going to enter your property through an elevator. You're not going to approach it in the most natural way, right? Which to me is a negative. But it does come with its perks. First of all, it's next to the ocean on one side and also the intercoastal waterway. If you have floods or hurricanes, the property's perched up and it's good. Now, it does also makes the property more majestic. It's like a pedestal. And the steps depth, as you can see, they're not really high steps. You achieve the elevation over a long period of time. So you're not really out of breath by the time you get there, right? But what really bothers me is that I get what you're trying to do going for this palazzo look, but you're so tight on your setbacks. It's making it very obvious that you're so close to your neighbors. It just really sticks out. Like, when you go this grand, you really needed a way wider lot. And that's going to come into play massively very soon.
As you come up to the entry, we have beautiful columned arches, ornament details on the ceilings, and on the floors we have these inlaid stone details that looks gorgeous, and it brings you to this interior courtyard. Now this courtyard is very unique because it was actually inspired after Vizcaya Gardens in Miami. Looks stunning, and all the rooms on the first floor pretty much open up to the space through the French doors.
That's not ideal. If your rooms are opening up to this courtyard, when your guests are coming in, they're going to go through the intestines of the house to go to the formal areas to hang out in. So that's not good at all. But this courtyard really tells you another story. It just indicates that this is a really, really long, narrow lot. This lot was so long that they got to have a freaking gate up front, a huge motor court, a long stairway, and then you have a huge courtyard, and you haven't even got to the foyer of the house yet. Why are they doing all this stuff? Because they don't have the width. You see what I'm saying? That's where everything starts coming to play. This is going to be a very long, narrow house. And that's one of the main reasons why this property hasn't sold. The other main reason why this property hasn't sold is that we got to look at the aerial view. You see, this property is right next to hotels and condominiums. That's never good. You never want that because you see this beach right next to it. You know how many other people are going to be there? If we were talking ultra luxury, $80 million, right? $79,995,000. You don't want to be next to someone who's paid, $2 million for their condo. You want to be somewhere with other people who paid $80 million for their freaking mansion. So you got to put the right architectural style in the right lots at the right location to make it work, for it to have the resale value so you don't screw up building your dream.
Palm trees on each corner, and you can actually look down to this space from the second floor, which looks amazing. Fire pit right in the center, ton of natural stone throughout. And of course, let's not forget all the Corinthian column details and the mosaic inlays on the walls throughout.
So if I was going to critique this courtyard, like the modern fireplace in the middle, first of all, it's against the flow. Like they have to go around it to get into the house, which is really weird. And why would you go with a modern setup like that? It doesn't fit at all. You're going super classical, Renaissance, Italian Renaissance, and very authentic, right? Very beautifully done. And then you bring in a freaking cheap looking modern fireplace in the middle and making people go around it to enter the front door of the house.
We have this covered entry. I love the chandeliers and the wall sconces that we have throughout. Front door, let's go inside.
Can we even call those sconces? Those are freaking huge. Beautiful. Well done. Again, this guy's gone all out. This guy's not cheap. I can tell you that. He's spent a fortune building this house.
All right, everyone, here we are at the entry. We have beautiful inlaid marble floors, double staircase that goes up to the second floor, 2-story ceilings here with this gorgeous crystal chandelier. I mean, the ceiling treatment here with all the plaster details.
Oh my God. Look at this. What are we at, a freaking train station? Is this like Milan Central? Milano? Ding, ding, ding. Come on. This is legit, guys. This looks like a hotel lobby, like an entrance to a freaking museum in Milano or like a train station. What is going on? It's past the house. It's really Palazzo. We're going out there. And then you're thinking like this is like an Italian, sophisticated, a cultured person. So did you think other people in Palm Beach would be interested in your Palazzo dream when you were building this? I bet you not. I bet you thought everyone's gonna love it. And no one told you, hey, not that the demographic in Palm Beach are not looking for a Palazzo. They're looking for something else. So that's why it's so impressive. That's why I do consulting, or like my 5-day workshops. I teach you like how to identify the right architectural style for the location, for the lot, and still keep yourself happy, right? You still can get what you want and build what you really want, but you also make sure you have resale value at the end of it.
This is incredible. I just said it literally minutes ago that this home feels very grand, and this entry certainly lives up to that. Now, as soon as we walk into the property, we're head on with the amazing ocean views.
That ocean view is far. You see like how long this lot is? You did a half a marathon till this point. You still got another, 13 miles to go to hit the ocean.
And as we go this way, we have the growing ceiling details on top, complemented with these chandeliers. But we're gonna take this way and check out the formal living room area or the grand salon. This room is super impressive.
Oh my God, look at this. This is beautiful. Like, I don't even like this style. But like, look at the attention to details. This guy is not cheaping it out. And he's built this in 2008. Do you guys know what people were building in 2008? This is very, very close to the OG. Well done. Like, my hats off goes like for actually going the distance, right? Trying to make a good property architecturally correct. Put a lot of effort and a lot of money into this. Look at the ceiling.
This home, the way it's been designed, every single room was truly kind of relating to that architectural details of Italian Renaissance revival architecture, which is amazing. By the way, this section is all hardwood floors inlaid into the natural stone floors.
That's weird. Hardwood floors inlaid with the natural and dark hardwood floors. I don't know what they're trying to do here.
I want to go this way. By the way, before we go check out the next room, Mikey, look at all this stonework around this arched entry. All right, without a doubt, this is one of my favorite rooms in this house, this club room, this entertainment space.
Caro fratello. Speriamo che ni ci vediamo presto. What the hell is going on? Dude, this is like when Italy, like they didn't even have the same flag. It was like city-states. This is like Medici, like this is Machiavellian era. They spoke Latin. They didn't even speak Italian at this time, okay? This is so old and so elegant and so heavy for the demographic. Like, I could have told you, you know, people who buy in Palm Beach, who have the money to buy in Palm Beach, you know, they just sold their hedge fund in New York and Chicago and maybe San Francisco, don't want to pay taxes and they want to wear linen and they want to golf all day, okay? And that's it. They don't want to feel like they're, you know, joining a Medici family. This is so heavy.
Literally, the amount of intricate details.
Look at the ceiling.
The woodwork, the stonework, the seating areas, bar sections. This room is amazing. I think it's so full of character.
I mean, character was born in this room. This is the birthplace of character.
Now, that darker marble that you guys are seeing, that's Portoro marble. It's one of my favorites. And I love how they kind of complemented and created this beautiful contrast with a lighter tone marble. And look at all these carvings and statues and details on this fireplace. I mean, this looks amazing.
Like, if you die, like, you could just bury yourself under that. Like, that would make a great tombstone. Or at least put your ashes somewhere. It will do. It will do for any Italian. It will be like, just put me in the corner.
Yeah, so much more to talk about. So this was an Italian fresco, meaning this was a painting that was actually done in Italy. It was shipped here and they installed scaffolding to paste this painting right to the ceiling, and they had to bring the artists also finish up the edges and corners and kind of blend this painting into this home. And on top of that, we have the plaster details throughout.
Like they could like choose the next pope in this room. I swear.
We have white smoke coming out of the Sistine Chapel.
And the last part of this club room is this seating area here with a gorgeous chandelier above, all these massive windows which are columned and kind of detailed with the stonework.
Okay, so there's a little bit of, you're calling it Italian Renaissance. There's a lot of elements that they're actually borrowing. It's not like one exact period either. Like it's getting very Venetian over here, these, arches over here at the top.
That pretty much wraps our tour for the club room. Again, amazing room, without a doubt. I think this room and the primary bedroom is my favorite rooms in this house. And this room continues this way. We have another smaller hallway that actually connects to the main hallway that we were touring earlier, and continues this way where we have the game room. I guess club room was designed to entertain, and your entertainment flows to this section where you have a foosball table, poker table.
This is kind of fascinating. The image that comes to my head is like your kids back in the day, like they're wearing like the outfits of the soldiers in Vatican and like playing games here. It seems like completely from another era. But I guess they went for the classical games, so it fits.
All right, pocket doors here, going to this section where we have beautiful inlay marble floors, small sink setup, and this door opens up to a powder room, again, complementing this side of the home. Going through these doors, again, pocket doors. Let's just show this real quick. All solid wood. That takes us to the movie theater. Now, this movie theater, without a doubt, is one of the most unique movie theaters we've ever seen on this channel. I say that because it's actually Russian themed with all these darker tones, velvet finishes.
Oh my God. Okay, it goes. It definitely goes. Like you really can't do like a modern theater in a house like this, right? But this is so, it's such a commitment. Right, this house is it's perfect for someone who, these like people who pretend it's like the Civil War and they wear the outfits and they go like pretend kill each other in the fields, like relive the battles. The only buyer who would be interested in this house who really wants to feel like how people in the ancient Italy lived. It's like, this is such a commitment. It's like, could make a good Airbnb for a day. We can play act, right? I'm down, but it's a little too much, It's just too much of a commitment here.
Also, I do like that they have these floor-to-ceiling windows that looks towards the courtyard because it's just a nice view to look at. And I know this is a bit of an interesting route to take, but I want to take everybody back to the outdoors.
Okay, so their bedrooms are not here. The movie theater was here. Okay, that's better. Still, a very long way to get to the wow factor, the formal living space, but better than having bedrooms around this area.
We're going to go check out the other wing through that door. But before we go there, this door opens up to a full-size gym.
Oh my God, you shouldn't have shown this. This is embarrassing. Like, this is not how the Medici family worked out. This is not a period perfect here.
And continuing this exterior hallway, we're back at the kind of a grand exterior entry. And on this side, we have an additional pivot door, impact rated, that opens up to the second entry of this home. Just like the grand entry, we have limestone on the walls, beautiful ceiling treatment on this staircase. And this staircase leads us to the lower level where we have a nice open living room area, a couple storage closets, storage areas, and we also have the massive car gallery on that level. You can probably store 12 to 15 cars out there very easily.
Oh my God, look at that couch. Looks like a crown. Details are just insane.
And that car gallery comes back out to the motor court. Now, another thing here, we have this hallway taking us to the formal dining room area. But first, I want to go through this curved interior door and check out this amazing powder room. Beautiful inlaid stone floors. We have the water closet on this side.
Oh my God. Did you like steal a fountain from Rome? What is this sink? Oh my God. It's so funny because when you look at Mar-a-Lago and how much Donald Trump bought it for, it tells you that heavy architectural style went to bankruptcy, and I think Donald Trump bought it for like $5 million. Now the dirt itself is worth so much. He's definitely added value to that style, at least Mar-a-Lago itself. But the property itself, even Mar-a-Lago with all those details and everything, is just not what people want in Palm Beach. Okay, we're not looking for that. That's not retirement. Okay, for the ultra wealthy. They want to relax. And this is just so heavy. Beautifully done. Really could appreciate it. But it's just so heavy. Look at these faces on the mirror. Holy crap, I just noticed them. This is scary.
All right, back to the hallway. On our right-hand side, we have floor-to-ceiling windows looking towards the courtyard. And on this side, we have the formal dining room area. We have an antique solid wood dining table that sits 12 people, which is positioned right in the center of this room.
I mean, this downstairs is so formal, right? Beautifully executed, architecturally significant, interior, exterior, cohesive, but it's just, I don't think even like Italians want to live like this anymore.
Beautiful hardwood floors that kind of has this distressed finish, and it's in our favorite pattern, which is herringbone. So I had to mention that.
That's right.
2 chandeliers above, and I really like this coffered ceiling detail with the moldings and intricacies with the plaster.
See, there's a continuity, right? With the stonework, with the molding that connects all the rooms with each other. So it's a very authentic design. And even though in the club room, where it was a lot of darker tones, it still felt like part of the same house. But overall, this floor, it's such a palatial property, right? It's not designed whatsoever for modern living.
This is amazing. I feel like we're kind of going back in time in a really elegant way.
I'm continually impressed by how every room...
They had 2 extra columns in the back. They just didn't know what to do with it. It's like, there's not enough columns in the house. Let's put the 2 in the back in case we need to put a column somewhere else.
Now, this is the hallway that takes us to the kitchen and the family room, but I'm gonna take this route. We have kind of butler's pantry here, small service area, ice maker.
Are you noticing a lot of hallways now? They're doing some smart things with it where like they've positioned some of the hallways by the courtyard. This is really a hallway, but it's like a butler's pantry, right? They're trying to kind of hide how long this house is. But it's freaking long. Okay, this house is a very, very long house.
And it leads us to an additional hallway. A lot of hallways in this house.
Thank you, Enes. Thank you.
Very nice hallways, all with limestone.
Then he says it's very nice. Very nice. It's like, crap, I can't criticize the property. There's a lot of hallways. Very nice hallways.
Very nice hallways. And I wanted to point this out because this goes down to the lower level as well as the second floor. This is where we have the elevator access.
Pretty interesting, you know? They haven't given that grand staircase. Main reason is because the property is narrow. You would have expected of this caliber, that facade, that stairway, it would have one grand stairway. But even the stairway up front was, you know, not that serious. And you probably would never use that because it's so far away from the family rooms, which we haven't even seen. And there are all these secondary stairways on the side of the property. The only time someone would use that would be a guest who walks in through that door. And then they would take that stairway to go upstairs to the bedrooms. Again, it's the layout functionality is horrible. It's really, really horrible.
Now let's go back to the hallway. And this opening leads us to the kitchen and the family room.
Okay, I'm liking the natural light. It's a little lighter. I like the spacing. Overall, it's not bad. This is the only place where I see the whole family hanging out. Okay, this is the house basically you're buying. I like the ceiling heights. I like the volume. I like the width. Pretty comfortable, and it fits the architectural style of the house.
And I want to start with the kitchen first. And to go with the timeless design of this home, they of course went with the marble countertops with the lid design. We have the island right in the center here. And going this way, we have the paneled Sub-Zero fridge and freezer. Same plastered molding details throughout. Not many uppers actually. They kind of wanted to leave this kitchen all open and airy.
I think the wife stepped in over here. I'm pretty sure. This probably is the most American looking part of the house. I think the wife was like, no, we're not doing, you know, Medici over here. This is, even the cabinetry looks American, and the marble countertop again looks American. There's a little bit of like heavier molding over here above the stove to kind of have that continuity of the Italian style. But these are pretty standard cabinets that you could see in a lot of different American homes. And I really feel like the wife just put her foot down here and says, no, we're not going back in time. I want a modern kitchen. And this place probably looks the most livable.
Right across, we have a nice dining area with some built-ins to complement the kitchen.
Well done. Look at that. Like doing a breakfast nook in a classical Italian Renaissance home. They've done a good job. They've thought it out. You know, this is not like by accident. They didn't just put a table there. Plenty of space in the walking between the island and the table. Very classy way of creating a cozy space in a really large room and drawing people in.
And right across, we have the amazing family room. This room is super spacious, like pretty much the rest of the home and all the rooms that we've been touring so far.
Dude, how come your TV's sitting on your freaking console here? Do Italians not know how to like install a TV on a wall? What is going on?
And let's see, Mikey, let's cover this section real quick. We have a nice powder room here complementing the seating area.
This is all wife. This is the wife's like, I'm telling you, this is where they drew the line. The husband chose the architectural style of the house, and the wife is like, this corner, you're not having any say in it. I'm not even going to come to your area. I'm going to take this stairway by the kitchen and go upstairs and come down. You can have the rest of the house. I just want a normal looking area in the property.
And now that we're here, we have these floor-to-ceiling windows focusing towards the amazing backyard and the ocean views. 2 picture windows, more picture windows here. We have another pivot door on that side opening up to the pool area, and we have this pivot door opening up to the covered patio space. Let's go back to the entry, take the staircase, and go check out the second floor. Tell us a little bit about the owner's story and why he wanted to go so out of his way to create something this special.
Sure. So the owner, he and his family are from Italy, born and raised over there. And a lot of his influence in building this home came from his upbringing in Italy. The home is based off of the 1920s Renaissance revival. A lot of influence from Palm Beach architecture. He was always, very into architecture. That being said, it led him to building his own home. And being that he had so much time that he sold his business, he put all of his time and effort in making this the most spectacular piece of work that he could.
I salute him, and I love someone who really thinks about architecture and puts so much effort into it. But it could be the biggest mistake you make. It could be such a huge mistake. This guy's a winner. He's won in his business. He sold a successful company, and he likes winning. And so far, for 4 years, he's been losing. And I bet you he's not happy about it. Successful people don't like losing. His dream, his expectations were, when I built this, when I put it on the market, there's going to be line at the door, people waiting to purchase this. And it just didn't happen. It just did not happen, because no one in your circles who was an expert or wasn't an expert was able to convince you that you do not have the right lot for the property, you don't have the architectural style for the lot, and you don't have the right location. There's so many things that the buyer has to overlook to accept this property. One is the commitment to the architectural style. That in itself is eliminating a lot of people. Then it's the layout. How long of a house, how disconnected it is, right? And then the fact that you're next to a bunch of commercial zoned hotels and apartment complexes. You could have had this dream if you had a better site setback where you could set the mood, you could set the vibe, right? An architectural masterpiece, beautiful piece that he's created, it needed a lot more setbacks. When you have a way bigger lot, wider lot, you get to set the mood. People would accept this architectural style a lot more if they couldn't see the roof of the neighbor's house right next door. You define the space. And you define the space and you tell the story in that confined area. And when you set that confined area, it becomes a lot more acceptable because there's nothing else to look around. There's nothing else to compare it with. And this is just, again, definitely on the wrong lot, width-wise and location-wise and city-wise.
All right, everyone, here we are at the second floor landing. Just like the grand entry, this side of the home is very impressive with all these columns and open space. We can actually take a look at the ceiling plaster details from here. Just looks stunning. And right across from this landing, we have the seating area for the second floor. Nice couch setup. We have the TV on the left.
What the hell happened here? Why does this look like an office? Horribly staged. Did you guys run out of money? What happened? It's horrible.
And right around the corner, this door opens up to a full bathroom, again, kind of complementing the seating area. And more importantly, we got an awesome balcony here where we can see the ocean views. Should we go outside?
Okay, before we go out, very happy about upstairs living area. Centrally located between all the bedrooms on each side. And you even get views so you can go outside. Location is amazing. Fantastic to have it. Furniture was horrible.
Now, this is the balcony off of the second floor landing. And look at these views. Palm trees, your pool setup, ocean breeze coming in. It's super nice out here, and we're gonna talk more about the backyard and the ocean in a bit. But first, let's continue our tour on the second floor. Now, we have a pocket door here opening up to the second floor of the club room that we toured earlier. That's the staircase that I showed from the club room coming up to the second floor. And as we follow this walkway, these walls are perfect for you to feature your art. These French doors open up to the balcony that we just saw, and this is even more unique. This staircase goes up to technically third floor of this home, where we have an area that you can kind of overlook the ocean and kind of an elevated point
It's like
to
a
look at.
viewpoint.
This is like the clock tower that you saw from the front entrance. It's the, like, tippity top, observatory, shall we say.
We're gonna continue this way. We have a kind of a seating area on this side where we have more of these elevated, amazing views. I'm just so impressed with the attention to detail in this house.
Look at this. It's gorgeous. I mean, I don't like this style. And I'm like in love with it. It's so well done. Look at the way the molding, that mahogany wood blends in so naturally, like a glove with the marble, and then the plaster ceiling and the floor literally looks straight out of a palace. And it's so sad to see someone who spent 5 years building this, so much money. I'm estimating, again, even in 2008, I think he's probably spent $1,500 a foot on this property. And at the end of the day, I think he would be lucky if he breaks even. When you could have made a humongous profit if you would have bought this property on a lot that is significantly wider than this and in a better location.
Let's go back to the hallway. This door opens up to the first bedroom on this level, and continuing this hallway,
Okay, so that one didn't have ocean views,
we have another door opening up to another bedroom.
which also doesn't have ocean views.
Follow me this way. Now we're at the courtyard on the second floor. This is the balcony space. We can actually look down on the first floor courtyard, and we have a guest wing here that is partially kind of disconnected from the rest of the house, which is kind of awesome, so you get that privacy. And this is the first guest room. This door opens up to a full bathroom.
Okay, you wouldn't cheap that out here. Now this looks like the finishes people were using in 2008 across America building Mediterranean homes. This was the typical material.
This is where we have the bedroom. Super spacious, king-size bed. These French doors open up to a small balcony facing the motor court.
Again, no ocean view.
Back to the entry of this guest wing. By the way, super bright. Ton of natural light coming in. And this is where we have the second bedroom suite on this wing. Another king-size bed.
Look at this cabinetry. Look at this. I bet you he brought this from Italy. Beautiful. Like again, I would love to experience it in a hotel. Don't want it in my house. Too heavy for me, but you can just really admire it and like it.
Walk-in closet here, and this is the staircase off of the second entry where we have the dining room area, if that makes sense. We can take a closer look at the ceiling treatment. This door opens up back to the balcony on the second floor. Now I'm gonna go through here. This is a seating area for another bedroom on this level. Again, super spacious. Ton of woodwork on the walls, and going in, we have the bedroom here, another very spacious bedroom.
Are you noticing the bedrooms are also elongated because of the lot? You see, they're like really large bedrooms, but they're long. Everything in this house is just long. And again, it doesn't get ocean views.
And following this hallway,
I gotta say, I'm a little turned around. You gotta tell the audience where we are.
yes, I will. Chandelier above, mural. That's the landing of the second floor. We made a full square around the second floor, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
These double doors open up to the primary bedroom suite wing. We have marble and onyx inlaid floors.
Oh my God. Again, I can't believe this was done in 2008. Very impressive. For 2008, well done.
Incredible. Look at this hallway with the groin ceiling details. This is incredible. I'm just out of words. Like, what kind of hallway is this that takes you to your bedroom, you know? It's amazing.
We got a little glimpse of ocean out there.
Without a doubt. All right, 2 bathrooms.
You see how they're using the length of the house to get stuff done? Okay, so now here's the bathroom on this side, bathroom on this side, and it's going to be long again.
Let's go check out this one first. This one has more of the darker tones. Portoro marble that we saw at the club room on the first floor. They have it here throughout.
Oh my God. Like, this is just so heavy, but very well put together. Like, you can't deny the fact that even if you don't like this style, it is very beautifully put together.
This French door opens up to a balcony that we saw earlier. And like we mentioned earlier, owners are still occupying the space. We have the walk-in closet here, but we don't want to go too much in there. You guys get the point. It's beautiful woodwork throughout. Pretty spacious. We have an island set up right in the center. On the other side, bathroom continues. Even these columns are out of the Portoro. Same marble inlay floors are pretty much throughout. We got a vanity design here with the same Portoro marble. Beautiful woodwork. Look at all these carvings and details. It's stunning. Water closet and a gorgeous walk-in shower here where they clad the whole thing with Portoro marble.
Do you see the attention to details in 2008? Very, very impressive. Very cool. And again, I really like the execution of this style.
Second bathroom, more of the lighter tones. Even the floors are book matched with this really unique inlay design. We have a coral tub right there with the chrome fixtures, walk-in shower behind that, 2 vanities, super spacious. And Mikey, let's turn around. This is where we have the second walk-in closet. Again, pretty spacious.
I like his better. This is a little bit dated to me.
Let's go check out the primary bedroom, which in my opinion is probably the best room in this house, and you all will see why. And it starts right here Marble floors transition into this carpet setup, which is super plush and comfortable. Seating area. You kind of have a small bar setup here, TV. I can easily see someone turning this into like a coffee bar for their mornings. Dual-sided gas fireplace, again clad with natural stone. Bit of a seating area there with a massive picture window. And this opening here, clad with natural stone and all these columns, leads us to the primary bedroom, or where we have the bed. Seating area on this side. This room is so spacious. Without a doubt, this is one of the biggest, I think, primary bedrooms we've ever seen on this channel.
And it's the best one because it's the only bedroom in this $79 million home that got ocean views. See, I could have told you this. When you were buying a lot, I could have told you this. And that's why I like to consult from very beginning. Even in my 5-day workshop, I talk about buying and designing. I cover both of them because they go together. You know, you make your money on the buy. If you purchase the wrong lot, you're working on the back foot all the way. That's why I love getting started with clients from like before they even purchase their property, because we can talk about the architectural style they want, the location they want, the scale they want, and then identifying the right lot to purchase, where to put the house on that lot, which bedrooms are going to face what, how many bedrooms are going to get ocean views. I could have told you this from freaking, from the Zillow listing, that you're going to have this problem. You're going to have maximum 1 or 2 bedrooms having ocean views, and you only got 1.
And Mikey, we have to show this. We talked about it earlier, right? Automatic shades.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of light.
A lot of natural light coming in.
And now we're in the east, so you get the sunrise over here.
So let's talk about the windows, because the windows actually make ceiling heights look low because they come all the way to the floor. It looks really odd. Now, there is an advantage of, you remember all those stairs that perched us up? Because this is a public beach and you have a lot of condominiums and houses around there, right? Even your backyard is going to be perched up from that beach level. So you're protected against hurricanes, or at least, category 4 maybe. I don't know how far the water is going to come up. What they're doing is lowering the windows so you can look down and see the landscaping, see the backyard, see the waves breaking against the beach. But that also creates this optical illusion that the ceiling is really low.
And that wraps our tour for the second floor. Now let's go back downstairs and go check out the backyard. And it starts right here with this covered patio space, natural stone floors, and I really like the way they clad the ceiling with these wood panels and LED lighting.
I think this works really well in Florida, considering the weather could turn, it rain randomly for a couple hours during the day and then it'd be sunny again. It's pretty useful. And you get a direct view of the swimming pool, watch the kids in the pool. You're still, again, perched up from here, where you get to see the ocean too, which is another plus.
Now let's focus to the other side of this backyard, or the center of this backyard, which is this amazing 12-foot deep pool.
Did he just say 12 foot?
12 foot.
What are we, scuba diving? That's really deep.
Love the simple plaster, and they have this almost like a bright mosaic tile around the coping, as well as some parts of the pool.
Look at this mosaic. Oh my God, this guy had lost his mind and money.
And Mikey, I was gonna talk about this from the lower level, but can we come to this corner right here and look at the house? I mean, it looks so significant and so solid.
I think the front facade looks way better. I think the back facade, this whole wing that sticks out, is really intrusive. Optically, it's just off. Draws way too much attention to it. Architecturally, optically, doesn't look good. I think the front facade looked way better.
We have 2 staircases going down to the lower level on this backyard. And that infinity edge that we saw kind of turns into a water feature here. And even on this side, look at all that mosaic detail. Now, as if all that backyard wasn't enough, you get this amazing flat space. And this is not just your backyard. I mean, that's literally Atlantic Ocean right there. So it's kind of mind-boggling to see this much land and property.
What a backyard, right? Again, but did you notice we still haven't even got to the beach? Do you realize how long this lot is? And I don't care if it's an acre. Just because it's an acre doesn't mean it's a good lot. The dimensions of the lot really, really dictate so much. Okay, before I tell you guys what's happening in Palm Beach, because I'm going to show you guys exactly what the hell is happening, how the real estate market is in Palm Beach, let me tell you everything I liked about this property and everything I didn't like about this property. The number one thing I like about this property was how authentic and to the period, perfect. This architectural style was executed on the exterior and on the interior. It was just really well done. And when you think about this was done in 2008, just hats off, like good job, well done, like great team together, research wise, getting stuff done, putting it together. Very, very impressive for the time it was done. Amazing. What I don't like is the location of the lot with respect to the hotels around it, the dimensions of the lot, the layout of the property, right? Such a long layout. And then the architectural style and the interior decor for the demographic who buys there. It's so off. So off, and it definitely didn't hurt that you didn't buy the right lot for it. I think if you would have bought this on a much wider lot where you could have done a little bit more storytelling, where you make people actually believe in the plot so and everything when they come in and they're not in Palm Beach, you could have had a better chance of selling it, and people would have maybe fallen in love with this style and overlooked that. But overall, this is a prime example of someone who's very, very successful, extremely good at what they do, has an amazing taste in the architectural style that they like, and can put a team together to execute, right? This guy, anyone else who spent half of the money, a lot of developers, okay, who spent half as money as this guy did, made a killing during the last 5 years in Palm Beach, right? Everything sold. And this guy's house didn't sell, which is really sad because he did a lot of things right. So if you want to consult with me, link is in the description. Now, let's look at Palm Beach and find out exactly what the hell is happening there, because I don't think you should buy right now. Or at least if you're planning to buy, you should get a really, really good discount. Let me show you why. Okay, here is zipsmart.ai. It's a website I've created. It uses 30 different data from unemployment to Fed fund mortgage rates, interest rates, days on the market, and analyzes the market 30 years back and basically analyzes which elements significantly affect each zip code, each county, each state the most, and then uses AI and forecasts 12 months out, and then it gives you a confident level of how confident it is on its own predictions. And I can tell you, shit's hitting the fan in Palm Beach, okay? So this is Miami-Dade County. Let's find Palm Beach, okay? It's a strong sell option. By April, the algorithm projects a 23% market improvement for buyers with 70% confidence. So it's getting worse, okay? Now, like you can see the mortgage rates, it's predicting mortgage rates to go down, but then it seems like it's expecting after October, November to kind of come back up again, meaning inflation could come back up, okay? Now, let's look at the market conditions over here. It has a live feed for unemployment. So if the local unemployment goes up, now I don't think unemployment would really change much in Palm Beach because it's such a retirement community, but for a lot of cities, it would, right? Unemployment could have a direct impact on people listing their houses. Inventory in, inventory out. Days on the market is at 65. 31% of the properties are getting price cuts. But look at the declining factors, okay? Pending ratio is only 24%. And price cuts are 31%. Now you can go customize this and look at, let's say, for example, I think I'm going to go over, put supply. That's like one of the indicators I like to look at, supply year over year. So you have 32% more supply than same time last year. That's not good. Now you want to compare that with demand, right? Same time last year. So you go demand year over year, and demand is 5% less. Okay, that tells you the whole story right there. So what I really like about it, you can kind of, it uses AI, but you can kind of validate the, by yourself, the AI prediction, because, predictions are not set in stone, right? Market conditions change, rates change, which this takes the rates into, it will change the forecast, right? So it gives you a snapshot with all the information it has today, what it will look tomorrow. But if the conditions change, the forecasts change. So it's really important to consider that. But you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, definitely you will get a better price, in 3 months from now, 6 months from now. Now, for the right home that you love, your family lives, your wife lives, your spouse lives, you should go ahead and buy it. I'm not saying don't buy the house, but make sure you get, the future discount today, right? You negotiate harder. Now, you got to look at your whole also portfolio. How much are you vested? Like I'm doing this for one of my consulting clients who's a billionaire. You guys definitely, a lot of you use his app. You guys would know his technology. And we were looking at this portfolio and we realized like only 1% of his portfolio is in real estate. 99% of his net worth is in his stock. So if you're looking at, cases out 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years down from now, if you think we're gonna get hit by hyperinflation or stagflation for that matter, real estate is going to do really well. So real estate, for example, could go down right now, but if the Trump starts, pumping money, if we're in a recession and print our way out of a recession, we're going to have massive amount of inflation like a lot of other countries, third world countries, developing countries have had, which we haven't experienced in a long, long time. That could happen in the United States. And real estate would perform really, really well in that time. So my recommendation was like, well, ask your financial advisor how your stock would do in stagflation or a hyperinflation, right? How would it do in those conditions? Because I can tell you real estate would do well, and this could be a hedge for you to protect your net worth, right? People use that real estate. In a lot of other countries, they use it, and it could happen in the United States as well. Now, this is not the craziest house. This property in Big Sur has a totally different story. You should check it out. You probably haven't seen this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.